Hi Libra, welcome to your tarot reading. We're going to be doing something different tonight on this evening. It's almost twilight. It's almost the hour of twilight. You see the blue behind me? So we're going to be using this gorgeous deck. I have tagged it in the products, Dreams of Gaia Tarot. And my spirit guides wanted me to do a spread out of the book. And so I chose the Dreaming Tree spread. The trunk represents you, the seeker. The first branch is the current mood or energy in your environment. The second branch, a possible strength or weakness that may impact the present. The third branch is the present. The fourth branch, the first of three choices or possible courses of action for the present or future. The first leaf, the second of the three choices. The second leaf is the third of three choices. The fifth branch is the next few weeks ahead. The first root is someone or something from the present that may have influence. The second root is someone or something from the past that may have influence. The third root, your subconscious feelings and thoughts. The third leaf, the last card, is the next few months. So I think that's pretty in-depth. I'm excited about it. I'm going to do something a little different instead of seeing what pops out, because this is a new deck and it would probably take a long time to get pop out cards. We're going to shuffle and cut the deck, and we're just going to pull cards from the top and position them out as a tree, a dreaming tree. Okay. The Empress. Oh, how fitting. The mother. The Empress. Look at the turtle by her feet. I love this so much. Okay. I think we're ready to begin. Let's go. First card is the trunk. Okay. Let's just lay them all out. Okay, Libra. I went ahead and pulled all the cards in the position that they need to be in, because this is pretty in-depth. The first card represents you. This is the trunk, the seeker. We have the 9 of air. This is about self-awareness, universal consciousness, understanding, insight, vision, imagination, fantasy, and creativity. Key phrases: open to possibility. Possibilities are infinite. Know thyself and know the universe. What dwells within you dwells within nature. Belief creates. All that exists was first imagined. Fantasy is the birthplace of reality. You were born to create. Imagine your fears away. Oh, look at that blue behind me. Look at that twilight glow in the window. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Look at that blue. That's so beautiful. I'll try to here we go. And get the best of all worlds. You can see the cards and the twilight background. The Nine of Air represents the imagination and our connection to the universal consciousness or the universal mind. It signifies the importance of knowing thyself. For in truly knowing thyself, one will know both the universe and the power of the void. And this goes very deep, but Spirit is like many, many, many paragraphs. But Spirit told me to read just the 2 paragraphs with potential blockage for you at this time, Libra. Okay, here we go. All too often, we allow fears, sometimes imagined fears, to prevent us from leading a happy, productive, and fulfilling life. We limit our potential because we imagine we will be laughed at. We do not express our thoughts and feelings because we fear what others will do or think or of us if we are honest. We imagine failure, and so we may simply not try. The Nine of Air represents the opportunity to use of our imagination to banish our imagined fears. You may have a fear of heights, even if you have not fallen in reality, because you have imagined falling. Or you may have chose not to take an opportunity and try because you have imagined failure. Likewise, you may reject a potential relationship because you imagine it not working. But just as you imagine your worst fears, you can also imagine success. When you find your imagination taking you down a negative pathway, you can choose to take control of your dreams instead. It is in your power to shift and change all that you imagine. When you see failure, change it to success. When you imagine an ending, instead see a beginning. Ooh! When you fall, learn how to fly. It is your imagination. It is yours to control, to manipulate, and create. Imagine your fears away. Wow, that's super powerful, Libra, representing you as the seeker at this moment in time. You are tapped into the universal mind, my friend. I just heard Bruce Lee in the back of my mind. Be like water. Be like water, my friend. Be like water. Like the blue, like this twilight. Ooh, I just got chills. Okay. Okay, Libra, this is super interesting. So this represents This represents the first branch. This is the current mood or energy in your environment at the time of the read. So whenever you find this reading, this is the current mood or energy in your environment, okay? So it doesn't represent you per se, but this is what the current mood in your environment, right? It's the masculine feminine card. It's the 11 of fire. So what this means is there's some passive aggressive energy in your environment. Interesting, right? It's keywords: passive aggressive, creation, destruction, action, inaction, masculine, feminine. Too much of one, not enough of the other. Time to evaluate and realign. Allow the energy to increase and ebb. Okay. Embrace the energy that best suits your needs. I feel like, Libra, in your environment, there is a mood or energy that wants to maybe dominate or insert or, I don't know, have their way with your energy. But no, you transmute energy. You're very aware of all the different energies, I feel. Yeah, you embrace the energy that best suits your needs. Meaning, like, you control this energy-ish, Libra, okay? You don't let the moods of others affect you any longer like you once did. We take back our power. I feel like this is reminding you to just, no matter what, who's being passive aggressive or whatever's going on around you, the mood of others, take back your power, stand in your power, be balanced in your masculine and feminine. It's a realignment card. So things are realigning in your environment as well. On an energetic level, our masculine aspect serves to protect self and others. Our feminine aspect serves to nurture self and others. Okay. Okay, Libra, you received this beautiful 10 of water as your second branch card. I'll put it back up just a moment. So this means a possible strength or weakness that may impact upon the present. This is a complete strength. There's minimal weakness with the 10 of Cups. But let me show you what it says. This is pretty wild. Universal love, divine connection, centeredness, serenity, peace, oneness, boundaries, disruption. Truly living in the present, a feeling of divine connection, a time of serenity and ease, power, born of knowledge and understanding, a positive emotional state, the power to consciously project your energy. That's kind of what I was just saying with the boundaries and people being passive aggressive or whatever with you and trying to like get in your energy or control your energy or make you feel away. But it's like, And look, this says, this is your strength in the present, Libra. You have the power to consciously project your energy. Say no to disruptive influences. Wow. The 10 of water, why did I say it like that? The 10 of water symbolizes both a beginning and an ending. There that is again, Libra. What the heck? That's been coming up so much. It is that moment when we let go of emotions that bind us to the past and find ourselves truly living in the present for the first time. It is a feeling of divine connection, knowing that love dwells at the very core of our being and always has. Wow, it symbolizes a period of time when we can move through life with a serene sense of ease, even when surrounded by turmoil or conflict, even when the weight of past emotions is released and everything flows in the manner it is meant to. when the weight of the past emotions is released. Our emotional state now influences our life in a positive way that makes it easy to see and understand how powerful we truly are when we divest ourselves of emotional hooks to the past that only serve to limit and restrict us. Go Libra, go Libra. It's almost your birthday. Get ready. Yes, yes. Okay, Libra. So the next card is the present. And you have the Queen of Water. This says, trust your feelings and senses. Look beyond the surface. A bright and positive outcome. Are you overextending emotionally? Use your common sense. When the Queen of Water appears, she signifies a very affirming and positive energy, for she is the epitome of love in all of its forms. Take heart and know that bright days are ahead. So that's your present energy, right? Now, it also says, it cautions against following your heart blindly. Common sense and careful thought are required in any decision that needs to be made, especially one that may be emotionally difficult. Trust in your feelings, yes, but also be sensible. Let heart and head What was that? Hold on. That's so creeped out. Oh my gosh. Okay, we have some supernatural activity up in here. Anyways, I was saying, let your heart and head have equal say. Okay, so each one of these next cards is going to hit different for everyone. But here we go. The next three cards are the first, second, and third choices or possible courses of action for your present or future, okay? So you got three choices or possible courses of action for the present or future. And you have the King of Air first. This is your first choice. The Ten of Fire, second choice. And we'll read a little bit about each choice. And then we have the Five of Water as your third choice. Okay, Libra. So your first choice is the King of Air. This says, time for ethical behavior, no room for compromise. Seek advice of an expert, respect the rules, keep your judgment free of emotional impediment. Don't be drawn into an argument. Don't reject unsolicited advice. The King of Air is a just and fair leader with a stern and commanding presence. He can be imposing and somewhat intimidating due to his formal manner, but his stern is tempered by compassion, born of his spiritual belief. So this is about discipline, being an expert, precise, rule-oriented, respectful, commanding. A no-nonsense person, direct and to the point. uninterested in debate or argument for argument's sake. You may find yourself in a position where you need to embody the same behavior. Don't be drawn into an argument at this time if all you're going to do is repeat yourself. Yep. If you find yourself dealing with somebody who embodies the nature of the King of Air, be advised that they are not usually somebody who will change their mind, nor are they somebody who is going to change their ways with ease. Change is possible, but on their own terms and at their own pace. If you attempt to push a King of Air type to change their mind, opinion, or behavior, you are courting conflict. If you are romantically involved with one, you might just have to accept them for who they are, because they are always going to be a little dogmatic. Interesting. Okay, let's keep going. 10 of Fire. Here's your second choice, Libra. The 10 of Fire. This is about self-mastery, enlightenment, light work, light being, discipline. Mastery of both craft and self. Take command of yourself and life. Take responsibility for actions. Order, structure, simplicity. Be disciplined and dedicated. Stop making excuses. Act. You can do anything you set your mind to and act upon. Interesting. It gives the same kind of similar energy as the King of Air. The 10 of Fire symbolizes mastery, not just of a skill or a craft, but of oneself. It means understanding the tools of your craft and wielding them with skill, precision, and craftsmanship. It is about knowing yourself, using that knowledge and understanding to bring to you all that you need and desire with the same level of skill, precision, and craftsmanship. The master illustrated in the 10 of Fire knows how to wield his personal power. Again, a message of you know how to direct your power and energy. He moves with clear intent. He acts with the same intent. Okay, he moves with clear intentions and he acts with the same intent. He is aware of what motivates his behavior and actions. He exhibits complete self-command. He acts with deliberation, complete awareness of the effect his actions will have upon himself and his environment. He is not only confident, he is capable. He has evolved, wow, from a person who lacked awareness, perhaps even blamed others for problems, because he was unable to see that every action gives rise to a consequence. He once stumbled about, his inexperience resulting in more mistakes than triumphs. But he continued, and in doing so, reached a crucial moment of enlightenment. When he realized that in order to succeed, he had to take command of himself and his life. He had to take responsibility for every choice made, for every action, for every emotion. From that moment on, he would shape his life. He would shape who he was. He would no longer be a servant to outside forces. He would become a master. All right, Libra. That was your second choice. Okay, Libra. Your third choice, this beautiful 5 of Water card. It says, all too often, when we experience a moment of great loss or hurt, we can feel alone, as if no one could possibly understand the depth of anguish we are feeling. Loss of any kind causes us to experience a range of emotions, including sadness, fear, confusion, guilt, regret, anger, betrayal. Sometimes we can even experience a complete absence of emotion. Let's see. Allow yourself to work through any grief. Take as much time as you need. Allow emotions to flow and flow along with them, but not to the extent that they threaten to overwhelm you or have you lashing out at others. You need to remember that you have people around you who love you. Look up. While you may feel alone, you are not. There are people around you who have also experienced loss. They know, they understand. Interesting. Okay. This is so deep. The next few weeks ahead, we have the body-mind card. This is the 11 of air. This is about your imagination, reality, fact, opinion, body, mind, open mind, narrow mind. Key phrases: be open-minded and questioning. You are only limited by your mind. Be discerning. How is your mind affecting your body? How is your body affecting your mind? Facts are certainties. Opinions are not facts. We can only change ourselves. What is reality and what is imagined? What is fact and what is fiction? Can that which dwells within the mind have an effect on the body? Can the physical body affect the state of mind? The 11 of air symbolizes a need to keep a healthy understanding of the relationship between mind and body and the power that each have over the other. It symbolizes being able to differentiate between fact and opinion and to make room for the imagination within our realities, while still embracing a little bit of reality within our imaginings. To me, it's about creating with your mind. The next few weeks, it suggests that you meditate upon the subject. Whatever you're pondering, whatever questions you have for the divine, for the universe, for your spirit team, meditate. They keep telling us that. All right, Libra, we're almost finished here. We have 4 more cards. Okay, this is wild. So this is the first root card. Someone or something from the present that may have influence. Someone or something from the present that may have influence. You have the Queen of Earth. So this is a someone, because you know I read court cards as people anyway. So this is a definite someone, a Queen of Earth. Interesting. Okay. The second root card is someone or something from the past that may have influence. And we have the 6 of Cups. Emotion and intellect. Let me see here. Make sure that's the 6 of water. No, that's the 11 of water. Excuse me. Wow. We got 11. We have 3 11 cards, Libra. 11, 11, 11. So 291, this represents someone from the past or an energy. Let's see, 291. Emotion, intellect, love, fear, expression, suppression, the head, heart, ease, and dis-ease. The 11 of water is a balancing and realignment card that addresses any emotional disharmony that may be influencing your choices and environment. It also represents the need for us to see the whole and how an imbalance can affect it. Love and fear. How many times have you heard someone say that a choice or action was made from a place of fear, or was born of a person's insecurities and doubts, or was born of love? When we are attacked by others, we may react and retaliate because we are angry and afraid. But we may also act because we have love for ourselves and wish to address the injustice and prevent further injustice. This is the energy of the recent past, Libra, or past in general. We may choose not to take a risk or make changes in our lives because we are afraid of an unknown future. But we may also choose not to take a risk that may alter our lives because we love the life we already have. Interesting. Okay. Choices, choices, choices. That's the past energy. Now, the third root is your subconscious feelings and thoughts. And we have this beautiful counselor card. This is your subconscious feelings and thoughts, Libra. The counselor. I love that. Let's see. The 12 of water. Wow, I turned right to it. That's crazy. Okay. Wow. This is confirmation. Your subconscious feelings. Empathetic, wise, objective advice, trustworthy, emotional understanding, clarity, and sharing. A time of questions and mixed emotions. Look beyond the words to the emotions. Mixed or confused emotions. Listen, hear. Seek objective counsel. Emotionally complex situation. Opportunity for understanding. Be receptive, not rejecting. Are feelings preventing a resolution? The counselor of water represents one who stands high. An elder, advisor, wise man or woman, whom the king or queen calls upon to discuss their feelings regarding a situation or experience of concern. She or he is someone who is trusted. They are a caring, compassionate person who will listen attentively, only interrupting the flow to ask a question if there is need. Once the tale is told, the counselor offers her thoughts in an objective manner. Her role is not to give instruction, but to present alternatives and insight that will help the seeker understand the thoughts and feelings that may be clouding their judgment. She is an empathetic person, skilled at stepping outside of herself to look through the eyes of others. She never judges, offers only compassion and the opportunity to understand the emotions at play. By asking the right questions, she helps people to come to their own conclusions about what feels right for them and how to proceed from that point. When the counselor appears in a reading, she symbolizes a need to be empathetic and objective when dealing with emotionally complex situations. If you can, look beyond the words being spoken to see emotions behind them. If you cannot, the counselor asks that you seek out the wisdom of someone who can. There may also be a time approaching that will require you to keep your emotions in check, especially if they are confused. If you are feeling reactive or challenged, talking it through might help you to make sense of your feelings and provide you with answers. If you act without taking this step, your mixed or confused emotions may muddy the waters further. Okay. Message, Libra. And our last card is I believe this is the Ten of Air, and it means the next few months. Last card, the next few months. No, that's not the Ten of Air, excuse me. The Five of Air. Interesting. All right, the Five of Air. The next few months. Let go of any illusion and pretense. You're not alone. Advice and constructive criticism are not a personal attack. Reveal your true self. Forgive others for wearing their masks. The Five of Air represents a conflict between what is real and what is believed. It addresses a need for honesty and the courage to let go of any self-deception that is being held onto in order to hide and protect from a painful reality. This painful reality may be one that we choose to deny, but even so, its influence can still create dissonance in our lives and work in a corrosive manner that gives rise to conflicted thoughts, a desire to avoid and procrastinate, or self-sabotage of our creative endeavors. It can also manifest in a desire to withdraw and separate ourselves from those who love us. Let's see here. Whether this is a personal message or pertaining to someone close by, this is advising you to be cautious. Misrepresenting yourself, a situation, or another person. The truth will always out, so it is better not to embellish or fabricate, even if you only weave little lies in order to fit in with the crowd and belong. Reveal your true self. Don't be afraid of rejection. If the roles are reversed and it is another who lies, then in this situation, it might pay to show empathy and compassion. When the mask slips, try not to judge too harshly or condemn. Embrace them, forgive them. Doing so will give them confidence and may help them to keep the mask off instead of putting it back on. Interesting. Allow yourself to see that you need to address any thoughts or beliefs that have you thinking poorly of yourself. It's time for you to see and face any inner demons that have you believing that you're not worthy or deserving of success or happiness. Drop the mask, show your true self, wounds and all. Look at the damaging thoughts and beliefs, address their source, and give yourself an opportunity to heal. Allow others to help you. You are not alone and you are loved. Understand that the advice and constructive criticism others offer is not meant to limit and wound, but to help you heal and grow. What an interesting reading. I feel like the next few months there's going to be a realization. Like if you're not dealing with any conflicting, mind, body, soul, whatever is happening here in the mind. And anyway, if this isn't you, I feel like, you already have been seen through the masks of others around you, but finally it's like people are really seeing who you truly are, and you're seeing people for who they truly are the next few months. And if Spirit is asking you, try not to, judge. Very different read here, Libra. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give this read a thumbs up. Thank you for all your support. Mucho gracias. Oh my gosh, I'm so thankful for everybody that donates to the channel. Thank you. I'm eternally grateful. Stay balanced, stay blessed, you guys. Peace.